welcome back to the channel. Episode 16. But this is Tuesday, so had the triathlon on Saturday, rest day Sunday. I was back on work Sunday. Yesterday 7k run, and the hip is after holding out sound, so no issues with the hip now, thank God, and long may that last. It's been a while now since I've had no issues with the hip. Keep on top of the strength and conditioning and the stretching and all that kind of stuff, strengthen it all up. And then just there I had a swim just there as well, so that was probably the longest I've ever swam. 3,600 meters in the pool, and actually felt all right, and it wasn't too bad. So just a little recap on the triathlon itself. So where I made mistakes and stuff, definitely learning points for going forward again. Looking back, silly little things. So first of all, getting into the water, felt comfortable getting into the water, it wasn't too bad, but as soon as the thing started, you get kicked in the face. I took on water, and straight away heart rate was spiked. Found it hard to catch my breath. I was doing the breaststroke for about 100 meters till I caught my breath again, because the heart rate was just through the roof. And by the time I got into this flow of it, the main pack of the swim was just gone, like. So that was the first mistake, right? Second one was, there's two boys, and you look up, you're doing your sighting, you've got two boys, two big yellow boys, right? I got the briefing wrong. I thought you had to go around the boys. No, you have to go through them. So I threw probably an extra 50 meters onto myself. Man, guys, that's how you do it, yeah. So we make mistakes. Then got into the transition, right? What a clown. You have an ankle tag on. Took the ankle tag off, taking off the wetsuit. Never put the ankle tag back on again. Anyway, ran all the way up with the bike as far as the transition, probably about 100 meters, probably even more. Ran up the transition, get to the mats. Your man's like, "Where's your tag?" Oh Jesus. So back, run down, cleats on, get the tag on, run back up. So my first transition on the bike was 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes. Transitioning onto the bike then, I didn't have a tri-suit, so that would have took a few minutes getting the cycling top back on. But the tri-suit eventually came on the Tuesday. So now I didn't actually speak about how the bike session actually went. The bike session was good. The bike session was actually alright. I got out of the water and I was 122nd or something now of 170 by the time I got out of the water. I was 71st by the time I got back off the bike, so I was strong enough on the bike. And then that wasn't too bad. Transitioning then, probably going from the cleats onto the runners again, probably took a little bit of time. I probably just should have wore runners and speed clips on the bike. Anyway, the run was alright. The run was just, the legs were dead. Held a decent enough pace. I was happy enough with the run, but we can only improve. Yeah, loads of little things to learn from going forward. But yeah, that was the crack. That was the crack from the triathlon anyway. So looking forward to the next one. So today I'm meant to be doing 2.5 to 3 hours on the bike. I want to get the longest cycle in today. I want to get over 100k in. I'm thinking head down to Leenane, up to Lewisburg, and into Westport if you're familiar with Mayo. But there's that much headwind coming in from the coast. I'm averaging about 15 kilometers an hour. It's not ideal. I might have to cut this short. This is absolute torture. Literally just wind and rain belting into my face. I'm all over the road here, so it's not even safe. Gack. This is meant to be summer and I'm cycling 14 kilometers an hour downhill. There's that much headwind. Oh, it's rotten. It's not even enjoyable. Yeah, so I had to turn and cut that short. Conditions are too bad. Wind is horrific. So yeah, gonna give that a miss. But a bit of a recap on the week. I done my longest swim, 3,600 kilometers. I've booked 2 events, so I booked a 2.5k river swim, and I booked another triathlon for the 12th of July in Lanesborough. So that's another sprint triathlon. Looking forward to doing that one. I also managed to get running, got 11.5k running, and the hip is holding up just good, so I'm happy with that. So things are on the up. I was just looking there, I've only done 20 something kilometers, but I've done an average of 18.6 kilometers an hour. Just the conditions are too rough. We'll knock it on the head. Bit of tailwind finally. Up the bourbon. Nice how sound describes. So today is meant to be 3 hours on the bike, but I'm not going to be doing 3 hours. I just don't have the time. So I'm going to do like a race simulation. So 20k on the bike, and I'll go off and just do a run for 15 minutes. Brick session, but I'll just do. It'll be a short and sharp session. It'll be a short and sharp session, because time is against me today. So yeah, let's get started. Not making any excuses, but the wind lately makes it awful hard to cycle. Average speed is much better today. I think I'll be just shy of 20 kilometers, but once that's done, runners on, quick run, see how it goes. That's the brick session done 3 kilometers there in 15 minutes. Meant to be a little bit further, meant to be a 4:30 pace, 4:35 pace, but just couldn't hold it this time. Thankfully his legs are holding up alright, but happy with that. I only had an hour to train, so it's good to get that in anyway. But yeah, Saturday coming now. This Saturday is the triathlon now, sprint triathlon in Lanesborough. So looking forward to that one, another sprint. I think it's a swim in the lake. Just looking at that course, it's a fairly flat course anyway, so looking forward to it. Monday, this is race week. Another run there, 2 sessions today. I have a 9.5 kilometer run, which felt A1, and I have a swim session then later on, 2.5k in the pool. Body's feeling good, feeling ready. I want to beat the hour and a half. The transition times is definitely something I'll beat next time, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think you can get any slower than 3 minutes in one of the transitions. But yeah, looking forward to it now. So that's it, good run done. 9.5k in the bag, and yeah, swim later.
Okay, let's go.
So 100 days out to the Ironman, and only 3 days out to my next try. So today is just going to be a turbo session. About an hour and 40 minutes, all interval kind of stuff. Is what it is.